When I reflect where I was 4 months ago and where I am now, one thing that is clear to me is the kind of mindset I have right now towards wealth creation and money. And especially the way I question the traditional ways we have or we think when it comes to money and wealth creation. So let me just take some quick examples that if you could meet me on the streets a few months ago and talk to me and we interact, you could clearly see the kind of thinking I had at that time. So there are times I used to hear people say, when you make money, pay yourself first. For me, I knew that is one of the areas I was doing very well when it comes to paying myself first. Because at that time I used to say, okay, I make money, definitely I do sherehe kwanza. So at least I do something very good in terms of money management. But now through Centonomy, I've realized actually when it comes to paying yourself first, it is through getting a goal-based saving or investment. And I've been very clear and very keen on that. Then the other one has been the importance of involving a philanthropy in your wealth creation. For me, especially for the last 3 months, they have been unique. I've lost a friend, a very close friend. Then 2 weeks later, I lost a dad. No, not a dad. The brother of your dad. That is a dad. Yes. So in the Luya culture, we call it a dad. Then later on, a close friend lost a mom. So these were very close people to me. And you know, with our culture of you're added to WhatsApp group, you have to contribute. So one thing I noticed is through our first class of budgeting, when we got to learn about the importance of budgeting for spiritual charities and philanthropy, I've been able to have that, and every time something like this comes up, I can now be able to take care of it without having to go into debt. So many times I used to go into debt because of, okay, this thing has happened, I need to support my friend, but I don't have money, and this is a time-bound thing. So we can't say you have lost a loved one, so you have to wait until I get money next year so for me to support you. So that is also one of the things that I've really come to appreciate out of this program. Then the third one, has been on the thought of a residential house and a car. If there are some of the things I could tell my friend, some of the investments I don't regret about having is my car. In fact, I ended up giving it a name because that is some of the things that I really cherish. Only to learn that a car is not an asset. A car is not, it's actually a faucet. That's a new word I came to learn. So a car is something that, a residential house, something that is meant for consumption, that cannot give you direct financial value. So it is not actually an asset. It is a faucet. So when I did my self-audit, I realized I actually don't have an asset up to this age. And after working for a very long time, I had to change the way I think around having an asset. Then the other one was about my perception around debt. One thing I came to learn that is very critical when it comes to debt is having to know your debt. So I don't know if there are people who have had this kind of scenario, especially on a Friday morning, like on a Saturday morning like this, when it is raining like this. So you are in sherehe the previous day, then you don't actually want to look at the balance of what you spent the other day. So you're in denial of the kind of debt maybe you are in. Yes. So I came to learn that through getting to list all my debts and having clarity of what I have, what I owe people, made me to have a clear plan of prioritizing my debt repayment and getting to pay them on time. And now I end up having some money that I can now think towards investment. So for me, it has been a very good journey, especially in terms of this mindset shift. And some of the things that I've had to, also it has really impacted my social life. Some of the things now I value and find to be of value to me when I look at the financial impact it has on my balance sheet. Then also just getting out of my comfort zone to do more, to generate more income so that I can now live the kind of lifestyle I foresee living. or I desire to live. So just as it was mentioned here, that hard choices will give you easy life. Easy choices will give you hard life. So we cannot make growth out of being in comfort zone, but by getting out of our comfort zone is where we get to realize our growth and get to see the desired. Because for me, the kind of definition I got for wealth is getting to live the desired lifestyle that I want without having to work. So I can just wake up and if I want to live a lifestyle of, let's say, 300,000 per month, I don't have to work for that month, and I'm able to fund that kind of lifestyle. So that is kind of the kind of desire I have, as well as when I think now of retirement, I don't just think of retirement as one of our alumni said, retiring, let's say, in the next 5 years. So when I think of retirement, I have the same goal of retiring in the next 7 years. But when I think of retirement, not just stopping to work, but it is, I get to a state whereby I don't work for survival. I just work as bonus income. So I'm able to take care of all my all my desired needs without having to strain or work. So I just want to say thank you for this moment. It has been an eye-opener for me, and just looking forward to the next actions that I look forward to take, that now will be informed and be able to position me to see the kind of desired lifestyle I want to live.